Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. And I'm finally back here on the War Within beta, and today we're going to be talking about all things single target on your marksman hunter. So I do apologize, I haven't really posted anything about single target up to this point. TLDR was I was so enamored with how much damage we were doing with our 5 to 7 target cleave with our AoE Mythic Plus build that I just didn't talk about single target at all. So single target is not nearly as strong as it is for AoE, but they've made some good changes. I would like to see more changes in our tree though, particularly as it pertains to casting anything other than aim shot and rapid fire during your Trueshot window, because they updated it with Eagle Talon's True Focus. Because if you guys are unfamiliar, I have a video out on it as well. Our tier set is currently Arcane Shot and Multi-Shot do 20% increased damage, and whenever you consume precise shots, it increases the damage of your next aim shot by 10%. And then precise shots is now 2 points, or excuse me, it's 1 point, but it always gives you 2 arcane shots instead of 1 to 2. And then they changed Eagle Talon's True Focus of whenever you're using Trueshot, whenever you cast your arcane shot, which you normally would never do, it will shoot both of them, so it'll just basically make your next aim shot do 20% more damage. There's 2 different ways you can tackle that. You can just ignore it entirely, particularly if you don't have tier. You don't want to cast anything else during that true shot other than kill shot. When you have the tier, it changes it a little bit, but I've been actually seeing better results by casting just aim shot, rapid fire, and kill shot. Maybe the lone arcane shot if I absolutely have to. Anyway, that's a soapbox for later in the video. Let's go ahead and take a look at our talents really quick. To start off, I've talked about the left side a lot, so I'm going to go kind of quick, and I will put the entire string for this build down in the description. And I will also be doing just Sentinel in this video. So alright, so let's go ahead and put our points in the tree here. We're going to go kind of fast. Like I said, there's just main ones that you want to hit, and there's a lot of utility built around that, including one of our main defensives. So the damaging abilities are going to be Specialized Arsenal, then Explosive Shot coupled with Black Rock Munitions, and then it's going to be over here with Trigger Finger, Serrated Tips, and then finally Unnatural Causes. As long as you're getting all 5 of those picks, you're going to be doing the most damage you possibly can. I'll also improve kill shot up here as well, but that's going to be all of your main damaging abilities. So here, like I said, I'm going to go kind of fast, and some of these are going to be utility picks that you're not going to use on a single target boss, but you're just going to have it in your build, like Intimidation, for example. And I put my 2 points in Trigger Finger, Counter Shot, Misdirect, Disruptive Rounds, and then I'm going to continue to move down the tree. And my goal, just like with over here, is to always get down to the main thing first, which is going to be Unnatural Causes. So I'm going to go ahead and put points down there to get to that. And then I'm going to grab the new Black Rock Munitions, which replaced the High Explosive Trap was here, but they removed Death Chakram, and they moved it down here and made it a choice node with Implosive Trap. And Implosive Trap is a knock up. So not only do we have a knock back, a stun, a root, a slow, but we also have a knock up, and this cooldown was lowered. It was 1.5 minutes last week, and now it's 1 minute. So I didn't see that change, but that is a welcome change. And then let's go ahead and finish out this tree here. So, you know, like I said, emergency salves probably not needed, but you might as well put a point there, because otherwise, you know, it's going to be a lot of other things that are purely utility. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the right side, or the marksman specific side of the tree. So I've said it in previous videos, there's basically like 3 different like pieces of a Venn diagram down here. There's single target, AoE, and then the shared build. So I'm going to go and build down to get to the shared build, and then I'm going to go over here to readiness. So I'll put my point in aim shot, and then rapid fire, not multi-shot, and precise shots, and then surging shots, streamline, and penetrating shots. I have 2 points left to spend. You have your flex pick here in improved steady shot. I'm going to go ahead and pick it now, because I'm going to be required to pick it. I guess I'm not required yet. I will be, though, here in just a minute or so. And then Fan the Hammer and Death Blow. Then I'll come back over here and do Lock and Load, Tactical Reload, and Lone Wolf. And then I'll pick up my Bullseye, and then Careful Aim, Night Hunter. I have 4 points left to spend. So In the Rhythm, Killer Accuracy, and then Serpent Stalker's Trickery, and then this is where I have to spend 1 more point somewhere in this tree. And that point for me is going to be improved steady shot. Now, I've said it in a previous video, I think steady focus needs to be over here because this is pretty much single target and this is pretty much AoE. And then you have like lock and load and steady focus are over here, and which should kind of be over here. And then you have these AoE abilities of barrage and rapid fire barrage that should probably be over here. I'll have to put in another report on that. So we have 10 points left to spend, so let's go ahead and get our Trueshot, Eagle Talons True Focus, which has been updated a little bit like I just mentioned, calling the shots, and unerring vision. Now we have 6 points left to spend, so I'm going to put 2 points in Legacy of the Windrunners. Windrunners guidance is gone, so the arrows are strictly to just give us more Wailing Arrows, which replaces your aim shot. And then put our point in Wailing Arrow, Readiness, and then Razor Fragments. And we have 1 more point left to spend, so I've been putting it over here in Focused Aim to increase the damage of 2 of our main abilities. So if I were to go into Raid right now, this is the build that I'm running with. There are a couple of flex picks, and I really don't want to run with steady focus. It's not fun to play around with. And this is my one soapbox part of the video. This should not be in our tree. Steady shot should just give you 10 focus. If it doesn't generate focus, why do you even have it on your bar? Like, it just doesn't make sense other than extending the duration of your concussive shot, I believe, in PvP. But that's pretty much it. Do they even have that still? I don't know. Should probably... Yeah, there you go. Steady shot 3 times. Oh, it's the stun. So that's basically the only thing it does. Other than that, that's it. And I think it does actually continue the slow from concussive shot. Either way, that's pretty much all it does. And because of that, this doesn't even need to be a point. It should just be ingrained in the ability. And then looking at Sentinel for this video, I've picked Eyes Closed and then Crescent Steel. And then Crescent Steel we're not really going to get value out of because we're not going to get it to below 20% health. But that it will be the pick of choice for me right now. So, all right. So now I've done enough talking. Let's talk about what our rotation would look like. So there is 2 ways to tackle the opener for your Trueshot windows. And those are key to doing the most damage possible, since Trueshot is so important for our build. Because with the changes to the addition of the tier set, with the changes to to precise shots and Eagle Talons True Focus, you want to, in theory, be using those precise shots during Trueshot. The problem is it feels absolutely terrible. So I'm going to do 2 different opening rotations here, and we're going to compare the damage. So in the first rotation, I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on the target, and then I'm going to go aim shot. I'm going to go explosive shot. If I ever get a kill shot, I'm going to use it. You always want to use it. It becomes our number 1 again. And then I'm going to do true shot. From there, I'm just going to do aim shot and rapid fire in the first one. If I absolutely have nothing else to do, I'll cast an arcane shot. But other than that, I'm only going to cast aim shot / wailing arrow and rapid fire. In the second one, I'm going to cast everything supposedly like normal. So I'm going to go aim shot, then arcane shot, then rapid fire, then aim shot, then arcane shot, then aim shot, and then rapid fire should be up, and we'll compare the damage. So let's go ahead and see how that would look. All right, so let's check out this first opener and rotation, and this is going to be without using the tier set. Alrighty, so we just saw I got up to like almost 1.3 million. Maybe we did see a 1.3 million pull. And again, that's without using your tier set at all, because the tier set increases the damage of arcane shot and consuming precise shot procs, which we're not doing because we're not casting those arcane shots or multi-shots. I'm going to let this Trueshot come off cooldown, and this next rotation is going to be using precise shots during Trueshot. And I think you'll notice that the quality of life goes way down, as does your damage. Alrighty, so we already saw there, I barely got above 1,000,000, and I have my rapid fire will set off cooldown, and so will aim shots. So that's something that's very frustrating, because in the last, 3 expansions now, we've been used to, during Trueshot, you don't have to worry about focus, really, so you just go aim shot, rapid fire, just so on and so forth. You can basically use whatever, because they're going to come off of cooldown very, very quickly, and then use the occasional kill shot. So I hate these dummies sometimes. So there's the amount of damage that I did doing the, quote, correct rotation, or the correct usage of your tier set, and my arcane shot did 11.5% of my damage, which isn't bad, and aim shot did 19.9, and rapid fire I did 17.4. but this is going to be what it looks like with not using the tier set at all. So not using the tier set means my wailing arrow damage went up, as did my aim shot there, pretty significantly, I might add. Roughly the same amount of time. We bursted higher, we did more overall damage, we got more wailing arrows out, and we did get more sentinel damage, so that can kind of skew things a little bit. But literally, this is not using our tier set at all. That arcane damage would have been, at the very end when I started doing a normal rotation. But that's the frustrating thing, and right now, I don't really know what they need to do, but this tier set during Trueshot, it works fine outside of Trueshot, but during Trueshot, it doesn't work at all. My suggestion, and what I'm going to leave back as feedback, is just during Trueshot. So again, just during Trueshot, I would like to see, if they want to continue to keep everything exactly the same way it is, they would need to put arcane shot off of the global GCD. That's going to be about the only way I could see us using it all, and then you would just macro it into your aim shot. Well, then at that point, you're like, well, why do you have it to begin with? Which is why people have been asking for a rework. I don't know if we don't necessarily need a complete, bottom to top rework, but currently, during Trueshot for single target only, again, for AoE, you still would weave in those, your multi-shots. That way you're going to get your trick shots cleave damage, but during Trueshot, you probably don't want to cast your precise shots like they want you to, even though they've already added Eagle Talon's True Focus. They've added that little extra bit in there to help you shoot more of the precise shots. It's just not worth it damage wise, at least during the Trueshot window. But what do you guys think? I hope you guys have been enjoying the beta. If you've been on there, we're probably about 3 or 4 weeks away from pre-patch, so we have about 3 beta builds left to try to make sure we get this right. Keep in mind, last expansion, we had tier set changed right at the very, very end, and it worked out okay. And we had a bunch of changes at the very end, but at least we've seen more changes, and they've been more willing to change things based on player feedback. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one.